three steps that we want to explain about the migrants. The first thing relates to free food grain. Free food grain supply to all migrants for the next 2 months. How is this? You're aware, we had already announced that for the public distribution system based, card based people who get their regular quota of rice or wheat and in their residences, we had added free 5 kgs for them, either of rice or wheat, and also said 5 kgs per individual, but per card 1 kg of pulse was announced earlier. And that additional 5 per month kg of wheat or rice was being given free. That was made clear. Now what we are saying is that continues, that remains intact. But for those who are non-card holders, meaning they are neither under the National Food Security Act, nor are they holders of any state level cards, for them they shall be given 5 kgs per person of wheat or rice, or 1 kg of chana, so that is for per family. And if the person is remaining without card, he can also get it. We are engaging with the state governments to make sure that they know where these migrants are, they can approach them and give them, because most of these migrants who have no cards are staying in those camps which are being run either by the government or by the NGOs, and therefore, based on a rough assessment which has been given to us by all the state governments, we think there are about 8 crore migrants for whom benefit will reach through this free food grain supply. The central government will take the cost and they will not be charged. 3,500 crores will be spent on this intervention within the next 2 months. So I know migrants are also moving out, either they're going back, very few are coming back. Irrespective, we are saying for the next 2 months, they shall get free rice or wheat and also 1 kg per card, per family. Without card also, you can get your rice, wheat or wheat or chana. So this will reach through the state governments. State governments will be implementing agencies. They will identify the migrants. They will take care of the full distribution, and they will provide the details. The initial assessment is what I've told you. The numbers may change depending on how the state governments are going to. We made provision for this many. That's exactly what I want to convey. The next point is, I go back to referring to the Prime Minister's address to the nation, where he said 5 pillars, and one of them is talking about technology-driven systems. This is one classic example for that, where in order to benefit migrant workers, we are coming up with a national portability of the cards, which is public distribution ration cards can be used in any ration card, any ration shop, in any part of the country as you move along. So if there is a ration card holder, today he's in Bihar or Karnataka, tomorrow he moves to Rajasthan, he can take his food ration from any ration shop in that state. So national portability, which is now being defined as one nation, one ration card. One nation, one ration card will be implemented, and by August 2020, which is another 3 months, within 3 months, 67 crore beneficiaries in 23 states, which means the 67 crore beneficiary is 83% of all the PDS population that we are talking about. 83% of all the PDS population will get covered by this one nation, one ration card. And we assure 100% coverage of national portability of these cards by March 2021. 83% is already done. So all the states and union territories will complete full FPS automation by March 2021. The last step for the migrant workers. We spoke about their food, for their ration, portability of their ration. Now I'm talking about affordable rental accommodation for the migrant workers or the urban poor. Government has plans to launch, and very quickly it shall launch under the PM Awas Yojana for the migrant labor and urban poor, a particular scheme of affordable rental housing scheme, whereby we have three different ways in which we want to achieve it. We are asking incentivizing manufacturing units, industries, institutions and associations to, on their private land, build and develop affordable rental housing complexes. And we are also converting a lot of government funded housings in major cities which are remaining vacant into affordable rental housing accommodation. They can become affordable rental housing complexes, and this shall be done on a PPP mode through concessionaire agreements, through which they can invest somewhat some money to keep it up and also somewhat some money to make it ready, and then derive the rental, like the way the roads have, the toll little collections. Similarly, here they can collect small amount of rent and make some arrangement. Incentivizing also state governments to do the same. Central government organizations will also undertake in similar lines. The detailed guidelines will come from the ministry sooner. So urban migrants, urban poor now can look forward to having at least some basic rental accommodation for themselves. I move over to the Sishu loans of Mudra. This is a way in which we are going to help the smallest of small credit takers from the banks, where after the RBI giving 3 months moratorium, when they come back to have to pay the interest, the EMI, they will have a little problem, and we want to support them with some interest subvention. Incentive being, if you pay in time promptly, you get the 2% incentive, interest subvention incentive. So the current portfolio of Mudra Sishu loans, Mudra has 3 different types of loans. The Sishu is up to 50,000 is what they take as loan, only 50,000 rupees or less. People who have taken loans 50,000 or lesser, after the 3-month moratorium, when they come back to paying the EMIs, will have for the next 12 months an interest subvention support which will be of 2%, and that support will entail a total relief of 1,500 crores, which is for all the Sishu loan holders. Now, I just want to give you a broad indication of number. I don't think it's possible for me to straight away tell you the exact number, but I can indicate to you, because up to 50,000 will mean some people will have 10,000, some might have 15,000, some others might have 20. So actually, to get the actual number of beneficiaries, I might need a little more time, but roughly, if this outstanding is 1.62 lakh crores, if the total outstanding of Sishu loans under the Mudra category is 1.62 lakh crores, and on the assumption that all of them have taken 50,000, the maximum limit, it will be something like 3 crore, more than 3 crore people. And therefore, if this 3 crore is a conservative estimate, it can be slightly more than that. It will benefit. This 2% interest subvention will benefit about 3 crore people who are beneficiaries of the Mudra Sishu loan. I'm not talking of all the 3 categories, only the Sishu category, which means 50,000 or less loans.